And look, when it comes to these people, the reason why I let nothing slide is because let you get in trouble at 16 years old. They will have you on probation until you 62 years old. They do not care. They let nothing slide. So all I'm doing is keeping the same energy. And so you guys sit back and think, Miss Kirkpatrick, she's not from Louisiana. She's from Memphis. Miss Cantrell, the mayor, she's not from Louisiana. She's from California. So let's be real. They don't really care about Louisiana like that. They still have love for the states they from. They don't care about New Orleans people. They don't really care. They care about the money, and they care about moving up in the ranks in their political fields. That's it. So the video I'm gonna post in the description, I want y'all to watch that because y'all can see in their eyes and the tone of their voice, they really don't care about the people. All they care about is saving their own ass. That's it. And look, if you really want to be honest, people in New Orleans, they hired these two women so they can run over them. Because like I tell everybody, if you're not from Louisiana, when you come, they can smooth talk you to do anything. They can smooth talk you to make it seem like you're doing the right thing. That's it. That's why they hired these two out-of-state people, just so they can run over them and manipulate them. That's it. But we about to get into this article, and I want y'all to pay attention because like I always tell y'all, they want to keep throwing things at us every day. Tesla blows up, airplane blows. Look, they want to keep throwing things at us every day because they want us to overlook certain things. But certain things in 2025, we cannot overlook because they'll keep doing it. So let's get right into this article. And this article is from NBC News. It was published January the 2nd, 2025. New Orleans had top of the line barriers to prevent car attacks, but didn't use them on New Year's. The city bought the 700-pound steel archer barriers in 2017 and previously used them to protect crowded streets during Mardi Gras, a security company said. Now, look, that's just the title. I want y'all to remember they already had 700-pound barriers already since 2017. Please remember that. New Orleans had access to effective anti-vehicle barriers ahead of the Bourbon Street attack on New Year's Eve. Revelers that killed at least 14 people and wounded dozens more. But the city did not deploy those barriers until a day after the carnage unfolded. And the head of the local police department says she has been unaware of them. So you the head of the police department, and you telling me once they hired you, they didn't tell you that they had these barriers to protect humans? What else you don't know? The L-shaped archer barriers that were installed one day later are portable, reusable, and designed to stop a car that is careening toward pedestrians only area. The 700-pound steel barriers, which are certified by the Department of Homeland Security, were credited with preventing casualties in a similar incident last year in California at the Rose Parade. So you telling me after those people were killed, after that truck ran to those people, after he got out the truck and started shooting people, the day after, because it was a college football game, you decided to use those 700-pound barriers. It's a little too late now. You've been having these things since 2017, but you decide to use them after a so-called terrorist attack where multiple people lost their lives and it could have been prevented. Imagine having family members that went to another city and they were unalive, they were killed, and it could have been all prevented. And they decide to use those preventions the next day. Imagine how you would feel. But check this out, it gets crazier. When asked about where the archer barriers came from, Kirkpatrick told reporters, actually, we have them. I didn't know about them, but we have them. And so we have been able now to put them out. So this woman told these reporters that they have them, they've been had them, but they just now putting them out a day after these people died. How you don't know, and how you get on national TV and lie to these people just to cover your ass. That's it. You said you didn't know because you want to save your job. You said you didn't know because you know the lawsuits are coming. And you knew about them barriers, but you wasn't going to use them for New Year's. You was going to save them for the Super Bowl. That's why I say I love New Orleans. I love Louisiana. But I really hope that they change cities and y'all don't get none of that money. New Orleans bought the Archer barriers in 2017 from Meridian Rapid Defense Group, which manufactures them. According to Peter Whitford, the company's CEO, he confirmed that the barriers that appeared on Bourbon Street on Thursday looked the same as the ones from 8 years ago. They bought them from us, and I don't know where they were on that day, so I can't answer that question, he said of the New Year's Day attack. So a company sold them to you in 2017, and y'all actually used them in 2017. And Miss Kirkpatrick wasn't there, but when you, the head of the police departments in New Orleans, they're going to tell you all of this stuff. So you saying that you didn't know is a lie, but you have to lie because you care about your job more than you care about these people. You care about your pension, you care about money more than you care about these people losing their lives. But like I just told y'all, a lawsuit is coming. And when you see these Caucasian people, yeah, they probably mourning right now. But after they bury their loved ones, trust me, a lawsuit is coming. So all that money they thought they was getting from New Year's, from the Sugar Bowl, from the Super Bowl, from all these parades they got, even one starting tomorrow, from all this money they about to get, this is karma. They're going to have to spin it back because they are about to get sued by multiple families. Not just the families of the people that lost their lives, but no, it had multiple people that got injured. They got hospital bills now, big hospital bills. So you have to pay for that. These people in the hospital in New Orleans, and they have to find a way to fly back home. And I know I asked somebody who lives in New Orleans, I'm very cool with her, and she told me this. No, they're not paying for no medical fees and they're not paying for no funerals because I'm telling you, so it's about to get real. All that money they had, it's about to get real. And they've been doing this dirt for forever. So this is only their karma. They're about to lose all this money that they've been had spent. They've been had plans for this money since 2023. Oh, I'm gonna buy this. I'm gonna buy that. Nope. You are about to get sued by multiple people. And then you got to think about the people who just traumatized. They saw it. They heard the sounds. They traumatized. You traumatized forever. I was talking to a girl. She was actually working on Bourbon Street that night. And she's traumatized. When you hear people getting ran over by a vehicle, people screaming, music playing, people drunk, bro, that can do it to you. So all these people are about to sue the city of New Orleans, and it is what it is because these people, they've been feeding the locals, the citizens breadcrumbs. They've been scamming the people. They've been taking bribes. Ahead of Wednesday attack, the city had recently removed security barriers known as bollards from Bourbon Street because they were malfunctioning and the city's Department of Public Works was in the process of installing new ones. On New Year's Eve, Bourbon Street was protected by patrol cars, other barriers, and a large law enforcement presence, but wasn't enough, Kirkpatrick said. So you telling me that these bollards were malfunctioning? How were they malfunctioning and they just in the ground? That's it. They not doing anything. And if you ever drove on in the French Quarter, if you ever drove to Bourbon and you seen these big bollards, why would you take these off and put up plastic ones? Why would you take these off if you didn't know anything was going to happen? Why did you take these out of the ground and put up plastic ones that you can just move with your hand? Why would you do that? But check this out. Check what this woman said when the reporter asked her this. When asked Thursday about whether she was upset she had known about the Archer barriers, Kirkpatrick demurred. This is not a matter of pointing a blame anywhere. A terrorist is hell-bent on destruction. This man was going to his best, and if it hadn't been on Bourbon, he was going to go somewhere else, she said. We have this. We're going to implement it. End of story. Oh, so now you don't want to point the blame. Now you don't want to point fingers, but let you commit a crime. Let you do something. They go point fingers. They go point the blame, and you're not innocent to proven guilt. Nah, you guilty soon as they arrest you. They don't care about none of that. So when they mess up, they don't want nobody to hold them accountable. But no, it don't work like that in 2025. We holding you accountable the same way you hold the locals, the same way you hold the black man, the same way you hold everyday people accountable. And look, I don't know if a lot of y'all remember, but as soon as this happened, the first thing they said, this is not a terrorist attack. And then hours later, they came back and said, no, it is a terrorist attack. You see, they can come up with anything. Like I said in the other video, a dead man can't talk. So they can come up with any storyline and say anything. They can plant a flag on the back of his truck and say, oh, he was a part. They can do anything because this man cannot talk for himself. And if you study the history of these people, they will say and do anything to cover their ass. That's it. And when y'all watch this video that I put in the description, I want y'all to watch her eyes and just watch the way she talking. It's like, end of story. I don't care. I'm telling you, these people are soulless. And then you got Governor Jeff Landry. He's all over Facebook every day, all day. Let's pray. Let's pray. He's typing up documents, praying for the victims. Okay, we can pray, but let's pray after we talk about this money. Let's pray after we talk about this lawsuit. I'm going to tell you how it works in the South. They go use people in position of so-called power. They go use religion to try to fool people. They go use religion to try to make you dizzy. They go try to use religion to make you forget about the lawsuit. No, player, let's talk about praying after we talk about these lawsuits. Because if y'all would have used those 700-pound barriers, if y'all would have used those before New Year's, put them out before New Year's, that's all you had to do was put them out. That's it. If y'all would have did that, these people would still be here today. These people would still be alive. These people would have got on a plane after New Year's Day, went home to their families, hugged their families, kissed their families. Now their families will never be the same. Imagine one of your family members, your daughter, your brother, your sister, your friend. Imagine them losing their life and it could have been prevented. And all you have now is a picture to look at. And you're crying and nobody calling you, trying to pay for the funeral, trying to pay for the hospital bills. And now all you have is tears and memories. Forget those prayers. We go pray later after the lawsuit, dog. And I told y'all why they call it the Big Easy. Those politicians, those officials, those cops, they all lazy. All they have to do is put those barriers up and these people's lives will have been saved. But all they thinking about is this money from the Super Bowl and Mardi Gras. That's all they thinking about. So they got caught lacking. And by them getting caught lacking, people died. People are still in the hospital. And that's the reason why I can never let this go, because it's families that's never going to move on from this. They can't move on how y'all moved on and y'all let Georgia and Notre Dame still play while they are still finding bodies. They are still reporting bodies. Check this out. Just yesterday, family members identified the 14th victim killed in the Bourbon Street terror attack as 47-year-old Latasha Polk. So you telling me they played a football game, they opened up Bourbon Street, and you still got people being reported dying. You got people still dying from this attack, and you moved on like nothing ever happened. Tomorrow, you got the first Mardi Gras parade, and Mardi Gras gonna last all the way to March. And you want us to sit back and say, oh, let's pray. We're never going to forget the victims. What are you talking about, dog? No, we go pray after we talk about these lawsuits that's coming. And a lot of people might think I'm crazy, but look, I don't care because since that shit happened, I can't get over it. It's hard for me to sleep because that used to be my stomping grounds. Just 3 years ago, my stomping grounds. I grew up around that area. I know so many people still in that area. So people that I know that's traumatized by this, I have to keep talking about it. I'm not letting it go. So rest in peace to those people that died in this tragic event, to the people that's in the hospital. I'm sorry this had to happen to you. To the family members, like I say, I can actually feel what y'all going through, especially that the world is still trying to move on while you stuck on Bourbon Street, while you stuck on that day, the very first day in 2025. And these people don't care. I'm telling you something about New Orleans. These officials, those police, the locals, the people, they care. I can say that. But when it comes to the police, the officials, the politicians, They are the real terrorists. I'm telling you what I know. And you can ask people who live, work, born and raised in New Orleans, in Louisiana, period. So do not let them get away with this. Sue all of them motherfuckers. I'm out.